Okay, good morning and welcome to BOTB headquarters in South West London. My name is Rupert Garton, Commercial Director. We are here this morning to judge competition week 9, which ran from 29th of February to the 6th of March. Just before we do that, I'd like to say that all the competition data has been sent to the independent competition auditors, Wilkins Kennedy. So let's meet this morning's judges. First judge today is Mr. Trevor Weaver.
Good morning, Rupert. Good morning, I'm Trevor Weaver. I've been refereeing for over 25 years, currently refereeing on the Southern Amateur League and the Amateur Football Combination. Refereed over 1,000 games, and I also act as mentor to newly qualified referees.
Thank you. Choose your seat now, please.
Oh, sorry.
Second judge today, Mr. Peter Georgia.
Morning. Hi, my name's Peter. I'm an AFA senior football and futsal referee, mentor, tutor and assessor. And I dig deep this time.
Thanks, Peter. Our third judge today, Mr. Matthew Ray. Matt?
Hi.
Oh.
Yep. Hi, my name is Matthew Ray. I'm affiliated in multiple counties across England and have refereed from grassroots through to professional academies. Now, thank you. Hello.
Morning.
Fourth judge, Mr. Saul Campbell.
My name is Saul Campbell. I've played over 500 times in the Premiership, 73 times for England, and now I'm a fully qualified coach.
Go to the blue corner.
Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Matt Cannon. Morning, Matt.
Good morning. My name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee. I referee in the Southern Amateur League, the Arthurian League, representative games, varsity games, and I still play football now.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
Last card.
Last card. And our lawyer today to oversee proceedings is Mr. Joe Tompkins.
I'm Joe Tompkins, I'm a solicitor at Onside Law and I'm here to oversee proceedings today.
Many congratulations to last week's winner, a very worthy winner, been playing for quite a long time, and a lovely story behind that. Mr. Richard Williams. Williams surprised him on St David's Day with a leak and a bunch of daffodils, which didn't quite work out because he's not Welsh at all. But he was delighted with the car, made Will absolutely green with envy because it's Will's basically favourite car, the beautiful RS6. So congratulations to him. Okay, so judges, if you could just now take a moment independently to place a spot on the screen where you believe your professional opinion, the centre of the ball, would be, and then we'll come together on a central screen to debate and discuss that to come to a central panel decision. Thank you. Okay, we're just about there, or anyone like a little more time?
A little more time, please. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Judge. We'll come around now and just ask you to independently justify each of your positions. Okay, thank you, Matt.
Well, I've looked at the eyes of the two players. There's a blue player who's lower down than a red player. The red player is off the ground, so he's jumped, and I think he's just about to head the ball. I've looked at his eyes, and his eye, he's, I think, looking directly at the ball, and he's slightly looking up, so the ball I placed above the red player's head, roughly in line with his hand. And I've looked at the lower player and looked at his eyes. He's looking directly up with his forehead, and I believe the ball is just about to be headed by the red player, so I've put the ball in that position.
Secondly, thank you, Matthew.
Okay, so I think, well, I'm in agreement that the red player is going to win this ball. He's definitely jumped earlier. Don't think he's going to. The ball isn't in contact yet, and you can see that his eyes are still open and his arms up, so he hasn't quite made contact with the ball, but I think he will soon. I've also used the blue player here who is looking steeply upwards, and I think they're pretty much looking along the same line, and that's why I've placed the ball where I have done.
Thank you. Thirdly, Peter.
Yes, I'm in agreement. It's going to be the red player who's risen there to hit the ball, looking like the ball is going to be almost headed by the way his body language and his arms, and likewise I've used the player in blue. He's looking directly in the same direction as as the guy in red. So I've actually got it slightly closer to his head than his arm, where his hand is, so in between there.
Thanks. Thank you, Trevor.
Right, again, the red player to win the ball. The blue player and the red player eyes are exactly the same, nearly exactly the same, on the same angle. I think the ball's coming into the red player a bit further away than maybe other people have got it, because he's nearly at the height of his jump. He's still got a little bit more to go, in my opinion. So I place my mark there.
Thank you. And finally, Sol.
Now, obviously, there's two players in shot, and I agree with all my colleagues. I believe the player in red is going to win the ball. I think the player in dark blue is using his eyes as well to give me a gauge where I feel the ball is. I think he's just really there as almost like a bypasser, just maybe trying to kind of dislodge him, but I think definitely the ball's going to be won by the player in red. And I'm looking at both sets of eyes. I'm feeling he's kind of near enough at his top of his jump, but I've put the ball just above his hand because I don't think it's closer than that. And that's where I feel the ball is, just above his hand.
Okay. Okay, so judges, if you can now come together on the two, obviously, central screens to the right-hand side, where you'll select the winning position, and on the left-hand side, an approximation there of your independently selected points for you to refer to. Thank you.
Okay, interesting one here. I think I'll just place the ball as a general average of what we've all put, and that would be about there, would you agree? In the centre of what we've all done?
Yeah.
Now that's about there. So from that position, what do we think? So that is about on this screen, just on the edge of that light shaded area, and above his hand. Now about there is our average of our positions. What do we think of that?
I actually quite like that because it's on the same trajectory in one aspect of where I made my mark.
Mm-hmm. Can we have a look at the red player's eyes? Do we all agree that this red player's looking at the ball, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all agree that he's the one who's going to win the chap that heads the ball.
He's definitely going to win the ball, isn't he?
I've got the right angle.
Yeah. Now that angle, does that agree with this blue player here as well?
I think he's got a good gauge.
The blue player. I want to just turn this screen so we can all see head on it. This blue player here, he's raised his eyebrows, so it's quite a steep angle. Now where we've got it,
would it not be higher? Well, no, it wouldn't. It's the next door back, is it? No.
I mean, I've gone closer to the player because I believe he's at the top of his jump. I mean, if you have your arms up that high, you're not going to go any further up. You're pretty much. So I've gone for it to be quite close to his forehead because I think he's just about to head the ball.
I've thought that as well, slightly.
Plus, the blue player's in contact with the red player, and that's likely to happen just as he's heading the ball.
But do you think he can actually, if he's on the ground, he can only jump a few inches above it? Sure, he can jump a few more inches.
So it's not that close.
Well, they both might be off the ground, but it's difficult to see, isn't it? Well,
I think you're right.
I mean, and that distance between his arm and his head is minimal, really.
I think initially when you said Sol, I think he's there to push the player out of the way, interfere.
I agree.
So I think
If it was as close as the closest one there, don't you think his eyes would be closing? Almost closing.
I actually think. Would you really head the ball with your arm up here like this? Is your arm going to be pulled down for a bit of leverage? I think his arm's a bit high for it to be just about to head the ball. So I think this distance we've got from the red player's head's actually not too bad, personally.
I'd have it slightly to the right.
To the right.
Closer to his head? Or away?
No, he's saying closer to his head.
Bring it in.
Not,
Bring it in
not,
there.
not closer, but on the same line, but slightly over to the right. What
I
do you
think you've
think?
got to look at the player in dark blue. You know, his angle, his head and eyes. I think you
Can we
can
just
tell
place another marker
he'll
on
give
his
us a
eyes?
gauge of distance as well, and angle and height.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't know the trajectory of the ball, whether it's
Yeah.
been pinged in or whether it's dropping in.
So is he like looking that way? And then this guy, is he slightly that way?
I mean, look at his eyes.
So this player's
I
eyes
certainly
Certainly
wouldn't
quite
looking
steep.
up.
stand near
Yeah,
it,
quite
personally.
steep.
I don't think it's any nearer than that.
I don't think it's near to his head, but it could be along that. If we would draw an arc around the red player, it would be around there, wouldn't it? So if we were to come to the right, to keep the same distance from his head, we would also have to come slightly higher. Is that what we all think, or?
Well, I would, because that's near where I originally put my mark, but...
Yeah.
You want to go higher than that?
No, I don't actually. Now, looking at it again, I'm quite happy with where it is. I personally wouldn't like it any nearer to the red player.
Yeah.
It could go slightly higher, it could go slightly to the left, in my opinion. But
I don't think the player in red, that's not his top of his jump though.
no,
No, I don't think it is.
That's why I put the ball slightly away. I don't think it's at the top of his jump.
I think, well, looking at all of our positions there, we've actually come fairly central, and if we were going to make an adjustment, it would only be fine-tuning. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm happy to go higher with mine looking at
yeah,
what we've discussed. Yeah, that wouldn't be...
I think looking at the red player's eyes, I would like to go on a steeper angle.
So slightly over.
Well, definitely higher. Whether it's to the right or to the left, I could
Certainly
stay along
not.
the same line
I
personally.
wouldn't
I
go
think
left.
that's pretty good. I mean, of a line of fire between Peter and Sols.
Mhm. So can we have another look at this red player here? I definitely think from his eyes, it's
Yeah.
a steeper angle.
I think so slightly over.
but so you want to go up higher slightly?
I don't think we need to
I'm
change
good.
much, but
No, but
a little bit. I mean, I know, Matt, you're in disagreement here, but
No. I think, I'm following the debate. I'm quite happy to concede I might be slightly low. But I'm not that much lower, I don't think.
With mine as well, I'm quite for
Yeah.
where the height is.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, the line of Peter and Sol's crosses, I think that as a
So
trajectory is
between
pretty
there-
good.
yeah. Well, I definitely don't want to change it just for the sake of changing it. So, I mean, if we're in agreement about, as an average of our positions, where we are here, unless there's a big consensus to move it, then I don't think we should.
Peter and Sol, are you both happy? You've both moved from where you were initially?
Initially, I am with height-wise. I'd like to see it a little bit more over this
But
side
obviously,
due to the.
obviously my choice was kind of more near his hand. Just by, for me, just for experience, he's not at the top of his jump, and I just felt that he needs that little bit more time to jump and then the ball to hit his head, and that's why I kind of put it in and around the ball, in and around his fist. On the same trajectory though, on that same angle.
Trevor?
But, we can meet in the middle.
I like the trajectory of where that mark is now. I mean, it's lower than what I originally put it, but I concede that is, to me, is a better position than what I originally put. And if I was to move it at all, I would only move it further away, in other words, towards the red player's hand, just slightly. But I'm quite happy with where it is.
And what do you think, Matt?
Again, I'm quite happy to concede mine is low, but I can't see it moving either to the right or the left of that. I think within Peter and Sol's trajectory is fine. How far away it is, I mean, whether he's got to the top of his jump or not, I know Sol believes he hasn't got to the top of his jump. I think he's pretty close to it, just because of his arm positions being up high in the air. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm definitely happy with the trajectory. I'm actually quite happy with with the height there. So I think from what we've all said, we don't want to move it too much either one way or the other. So as a general agreement, are we happy with where we placed the ball?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you, Judge. We'll secure those coordinates then. So the coordinates selected are 1036 681. That's 1036 681.
Coordinates selected are 1036 681. These coordinates now be passed to independent auditors Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition.
Okay, well, we will obviously pass those coordinates over. We'll wait to find out who the winner is, and we will come and try and find you wherever you are. So watch out your windows, and thank you for playing.